Meh. Hello. I think I've got everything set up already, which is a first. But hi, yes. This kind of just appeared on me. Like, I know it was, I know there was a trailer for it, and then it just sort of slipped my mind. And then, like, yesterday, it was just there in my recommended list on my homepage. I'm just like, huh, random concert jump scare. Okay, let's go. So suffice to say, I am incredibly excited now. Also, hello Jackal, hello Speedy, hello Still, and hello Antika. Yes, I saw your message in chat yesterday as well. I don't know if you saw my reply, but it's good to know that I can stream the Starset, the Starset stuff. I don't mind revenue sharing. It's not exactly as if it's my livelihood or anything. I'm just doing this as like a hobby at the moment. So, hello Ringo Shonen. Hello Tor. Hello Gino. Hello Scarf. Hello Knight. To reduce the amount of demonetized stream, you can react to fourth trailer directly after. True. We'll see. But I don't mind either anyway. But yeah, I'm pretty much just going to go right into it, really. I don't really have anything else to say. Just let me know if, like, it's too loud or too quiet, just in case. Besides that, I think that's everything else. I might be pausing every now and then just to take in something or to comment on something, but I will make sure not to really, like, do it mid-song or anything like that. If there's something that I want to draw attention to, I'll go back to it. But I'm just, having it as warning now just in case. It's not going to be like watching it completely through, because otherwise you might as well just watch it like, on the actual channel. But yeah, I'm going to go right into it. I think that's pretty much all I need to say. And yeah, so it will also go it should also be obvious that I might talk through some of it as well, but I'll obviously not be too annoying about it. 君はどこへ向かうのか。すべてはほの暗く暖かな苗床から始まった。Turn on CC? Oh, there's CC. Yeah. Nice. There hasn't been subtitles last time, at least not when I did it. That's the Doctor's voice, isn't it, from the anime, right? Oh, I like this music. It's got that sort of like dramatic fantasy vibe. Nope. Damn, it's Speedy. Oh, Babel was mentioned. Huh. See, now that's a much nicer looking crown compared to the last time I saw her with a crown on. Doctor, また会えて嬉しいです。私たちの行く道はまだ長く険しいものですが、とにかくこれからもよろしくお願いします。Theme for this concert is music from every country in Terra. Oh, the Dreamer. 50 rupee. Oh. That's a nice outfit. I'm glad they've got Emiya doing the violin again. Hello, Merwind. We said Bunny drew them out of the magic hat. Oh. She got turned into Stardust. Oh, I like when they do that fast movement with violin. Hello, Mr. Steps. That's a good point, Merwin. Are there any skins for this this concert? Because I know there's usually at least like one or two. That's definitely a great introduction. A few, yeah. Okay, I'll have to have a look at that. Silver Ash, Hole, and Swire. Okay. Lifanian? Feeling. Those are some shoulder pads. Lady came out of an 80s anime, yeah. Oh! I was wondering where the techno choir was going to come in, seeing as it's a It is the theme. Oh. Yeah. The one downside of having to do the boss fight on my own was I didn't get to really listen to it and appreciate it on stream. Ooh. I definitely like that brass in the background there. Ooh. Oh, there it is. I really like this one. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot it was Lappy that did this. They've done quite a few of those songs, haven't they? It's such an epic theme, though. Also did the theme for episode 14. Ah! Oh, this bit here. Yeah. Oh, that there where it glitches out always hits me when playing it. Wish this was the boss theme instead. Honestly, I think it would have worked a bit better if they reversed it, if they did it the other way around. Damn, that song really slaps. It is such a good song. Sis? Hey! Damn, this song takes me back a bit. Yeah, this honestly really does take me back quite a bit. I think it was one of the first trailers I saw as well. Chapter 7. Is it? I feel like it was one of the Lungman ones. Oh, I can't remember now. Oh, okay, chapter 7 then. Lungman ends at 6. Yeah, I thought it was when you go back to the Chernobog piece, and then it turns out... No, I got that wrong, haven't I? Didn't they go to Chernobog, and then they realised there was an attack on Lungman and they had to go back, and then they went back to Chernobog? That might be why I was getting it confused. Right, okay, yeah. So the second time they returned to Chernobyl after helping Lungman. Yeah, that's right, Speedy. Yeah. Now I've got it all clear. They kind of went into a bit of a Power Rangers moment just towards the end there. It's been a long time since I've seen that sort of like marching dance, but it was funny. That last bit kind of looks like the Power Rangers thing. You'd expect to see colored explosions in the back behind them. Oh. Columbia. I think. Yeah, it is. Ad Astra. Man, I miss this song from the Lone Trail, like, menu. I don't remember there being such a pronounced sort of like beep thing. I don't know how to describe that sound.
We were born to pursue knowledge, for we were all born with naught. Before we were given a language, our hands reach out without being taught.
To this day, no story is yet to top Lone Trail for me. Honestly, I agree to quite an extent.
We think, we uncover, we theorize. The pursuers then throw themselves to the dark again. Bequests of the old dotting our land. Enlightened futures they do not bring. Real enlightenment hides within these black thorns of the crystallines. Originium, harbinger of our calamities, herald of our creations.
I like that they added in the dialogue for this. Also, I can't help but like want to play Stellaris whenever I hear this theme song. Silence getting thrown around all the time. Dialogue is in the Lone Trail PvE. Oh, there we go. Oh, launching a rocket, okay. You know what? Fair. Oh. Oh, I like that. With the little... Well, they're not really little, are they? The numbers. The numbers, Mason. We're going to Enfield with that rocket, yeah. I still love how they use the countdown in their song. Why'd that give me chills? It's just stage effects, but wow, that is amazing. It was honestly such an amazing part of the event as well.
Catastrophes engrave our minds and emotions, but a glitter are our deeds. Time they transcend, thus we're made acquiescent to all retaliations.
Yeah, I saw the barrier breaking. I was trying to remember if it actually happened in the game like that or not.
Descend as history drags them, lifeless, eroding, like pebbles become sand.
You know, I didn't think I was going to like her originally when we first started the event, especially after reading the manga, but I don't know, she grew on me quite a lot. The game only had still images, okay.
They would never know. When we raise our eyes, a dome we shall gaze through. Visions, not of a land, but of a world above. Forerunners were gone in flares. Aftercomers will seek their vestiges. There is only one mark. The truth.
Yeah, it's such a good song though. Oh, they're doing that as well. Good night, Terra. Oh, of course. Well. Oh. Oh. That was kind of chilling the way it just sort of ended there. So I'm assuming to have solution. Why can't I think of the name? Casdale, thank you. Oh, I can't read. Some chapter 14 spoilers are here. It'll be fine. Latin? Oh, okay. Yeah, the memory of a goldfish. I have a memory of a goldfish until I see it. I like this song. I'm gonna have to learn the lyrics for this. An actual hymn. Okay, interesting. And the lyrics on the screen right now. I can't read cursive. The captions. Oh no, I meant learn the actual Latin, not the English. Oh, well, I remember that flashback and that one. Latin, another language Karma can butcher. I'm actually relatively decent with Latin, at least pronunciation-wise. I'm loving the way these two are being drawn in all of their stuff. You say that, Magia, as if I don't butcher 60% of the English language as well. See, I feel like I've been hit with so much of Chapter 14 spoilers, yet my brain is so smooth that any recollection just slides right off it. Oh. I like this sort of dark violin. New song time, ooh. Oh, it's a concert exclusive. Oh, and it's by him, that's good. You should listen to the studio version of this song. Ooh, okay. I am loving this dramatic violin. Oh. What happened there? Alright. Show of hands, who hurt the CEO? Or I wonder if it'll end up being like that classic trope of covering one eye for a certain reason. Ooh. Oh, that's from Cerulean something. Cerulean. God, yeah, I remember that. That was so cool. Wrathful Cerulean Flame, there we go, thank you. I still wonder if that's going to happen again. Like if after each arc we get like a new version of her. That was the first animated cutscene. Yes, it was. At least in terms of the main story. First ever, right. I mean, I figured that was the case, but I wasn't sure if there was an event that did it beforehand, so I just wanted to be safe. I'm guessing every ring break will see a new form. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Oh, I really like this bit, especially because their faces are the same as well, like their expressions. I just love that detail. Oh. Maybe I was on the right track there with the whole covering the eye thing. That was a really nice song.
強くなればなるほど同時に脆さをも内包してしまうそれが万物の断りなのだ私がモンスターと共に皆を守る君のことを
I love the sudden like rounds of applause for Monster. Ooh. I was about to be surprised that she plays the piano, but why should I be surprised? She's old enough to have learned at least a few instruments. Yeah, I prefer not making this skin. Yeah, isn't this like the second suit style outfit she's got that isn't available as a skin? Oh no, it's not really a suit, it's more of a dress, but still. Piano Freezy is in sync with the music. Ooh, that's great. I like it when they do that. I wonder if it was mocapped in. Oh, it's... She's got a really nice voice. The first time we played Vibe. Yeah, I noticed. I didn't bring it up for some reason. No, Speedy, don't put an image of the monster playing the saxophone in my head, because that is absolutely hilarious. Oh. Oh. Shoulders. I love when Kalsa's just like sitting there in the middle as well. It's just like, yes, this is my group. Oh. Oh yeah, that bit. Man, I was so stunned when I saw that. The crowd roaring kills me every time, yeah. It was so weird playing Lone Trail and how friendlier she was to us. And then I played chapter 10, I think it was, where that happened, and it was like, ah, I see why. Yeah, I did see that. I'm trying not to worry too much about that. Lungman. Or is that Yan in general? I can never remember. Well, this is Yan. These are the sweeblings. I was trying to read that as like sweet and siblings, and I was like, I can't, and I realized it was just one word. Sweeblings, god. Aww. I do love the use of authentic instruments. And it's something that I hope more songs get, especially with other parts of the world as well. Now there are 5 of them. Yeah, true. Oh, Duska's got quite a fan base there. Oh, Eva and Lolai were classmates. That is really cool if that's true. High risk copyright. Yeah, Antika mentioned it a couple of times because there's Starset. But there's the leak. I'm never sure if I want to refer to it as a leak or as grass cutter. Oh. Oh, that one's very popular. I can't blame them. I forget how much longer his tail is. Leek, the phone cap? No, literal leek, as in the vegetable. Her sword, or whatever it is, looks like a leek. Or maybe like a spring onion, I'm not sure. Many people say Joel has the biggest chest among the Sweeblings. I hope there's art where, like, you know, it's doing the cup on the chest thing, or that one where, like, the woman's looking at the bloke. Oh, there's... Nope, they're all coming together. Hello, Red. Ooh. Oh, this one. Your favorite sibling? Ooh. I kind of feel like Dusk is a vibe sometimes. Just all like chill and just kind of, or at least when I first read her, it's kind of like wanting to be away from everyone. Yeah, Nian's quite fun. Nian, I always say Nian, but I'm not sure. She's quite fun. Yeah. I must say, I did like, what was his name? Jay? The non-playable one, the one that was in the previous event that we just done. I thought he was very interesting. Yeah, J. G. I'm sorry. Just don't get caught selling imitations of Dusk's paintings, fair. Oh, I do really like this sort of music. God, I'd love to go to one of these concerts live. Ah. I wonder where this place is. It's like one of the few, or one of the only, if I remember correctly, that I think besides Rim Billiton that actually says the name in its logo. Jeez, did they really fill out that quick? No reaction for Gnosis. Oh, poor bloke. I loved this train so much. I loved the like random chasing back and forth. All aboard Polar Express. Oh, I forgot about this. I love this song. It just has such like a Sherlock vibes, but like, you know, the Robert Downey Jr. one. I know I've said that like every single fucking time, but I just have to constantly reiterate it. Dun, 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 dun. I love that. I love those train bits so much. Yeah, it's really clever they've done it through like a window. That event also had some of my favourite cutscene art. Oh, I've got like an actual waltz there as well. Well, I'm not sure if it's a waltz. It's one of those types of dances, though. Very much fitting with the sort of inspirations. Actually, I need to stop bobbing up and down so much. I'm starting to get like really sweaty in this heat. Oh, okay, Sammy. Time for some eldritch horror. Oh. Oh, they're going for like the full sort of like tribal music, aren't they? Whole different vibe every time they change region, yeah. But that's what's so good about Arknights, is it really does feel like a world with different cultures. And the fact they use the real world as its sort of like underlying basis is what makes it so good. Fun to come, that's when it's the weather. Well, when I was in the UK at the beginning of summer, I was in shorts and it was like raining all the time. So it's not, you're not too far off. Or the special effects, yeah. Welcome to Sammy Now Leave, yeah. Well, this is all from IS4, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Shorts, no skirts? No, I wasn't in Scotland. I support stage music, yeah. The performers go by Tiger if you want to check them out. Ooh, okay. Melodies already imprinted in my soul at this point. Yeah. I definitely don't blame you. Imagine if the Who made Arknights music. Who? They're the ones that do the throat singing, aren't they? Or am I thinking of a different band? This is the one I was thinking of. I'm not sure what exactly the main inspiration for that song is, but it always reminds me of like Proto-European, pre-Norse sort of tribal music. There's a good band that does it, but I completely forgot what they're called now, so I can't recommend them at the moment. But it does, yeah, there's also Mongolian pro singing. I'm assuming it's probably more so that. Oh, there was quick, that guy with the white hair. Yes. Canipulate. It's such a difficult word for me to say off the top of my head. It's difficult enough reading it. Oh, Iberia. Even before seeing it, you could hear the wood cracking and you just know what song's coming up. Golden Age will return again. Ah, you can't just finish it there. Yeah, surely it's going to be in there. The Iberian nobility hadn't let their pride go to their heads. The ocean would surely have made the nation something. Oh, this one.
Left her homeland moves behind. The haunter she walks on a seacoast way with the path before her.
Definitely one of my favorites. Honestly, yeah, I really love this song. It also has like such like a fantasy vibe to it as well. I mean, it's in like a D&D type fantasy.
It's more than a dream. It's a play the tides are tending on. Our world comes apart at the seams. From the chaos, scared and afraid, and I wonder I will remain strong, but it sets with the sun.
Also, canon song. Ah, right. Well, that's from the Salviento arc, yeah. That reminds me that Arknights has D&D because that one skin line. Really? Oh, this song. I love this song. I mean, I've still got it as the menu song. And it still makes me think of that one city in Final Fantasy XIV during the nighttime. Was it Ulda or something? Nice to know that he's popular among the crowns. It's such a nice and peaceful song. But it's only I still can't believe that was something that was actually said. Oh, there's actually water there. My precious jelly boy, yeah. Oh, I love this song so much. Dancing is hard enough, dancing in the slippery floor, hell nah. But not even that, but imagine the resistance that your feet have to go through for water as well, because trying to move when your feet are actually in the water is difficult enough. Oh. Well, I think no introduction here. Okay, petition for Stage to have the same outfit as this thinger there. Just because it would be funny. Radiant's OG singer. Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh. Okay, we need that to be an outfit. that needs to be an outfit immediately. Huh? I love how her sort of like kingly outfit or queenly outfit is like such a Valkyrie type. And there is just something badass about a monarch with a fucking warhammer. Also, very powerful line. I have no idea what's going on in this animation, but I kind of want it to be canon. Just because it looks absolutely fucking awesome. Too bad HD just likes money and doesn't want to give us skins. I know! I would like literally every single one of these outfits here. You can always think of Ambience Synesthesia as neanderthal it all. Well, isn't that literally what the second one was? Ooh. The Shire. I don't know. Terra. Okay. I honestly couldn't remember that logo. I think it's because you don't normally see it. Normally you see the Dublin. Although, because Dublin is a different logo, isn't it? Oh, it is Dublin's logo. Okay, I could have sworn Dublin had a different logo. Oh well. That is such like a pathetic face. Nope. Technically Dublin, yeah. Terra doesn't have a logo we know of. Yeah, I imagine if they had a logo, it'd be like a regional thing, but maybe it will when it becomes its own country. That's an interesting thought. I have no idea how that would happen. Flame Shadow. They can have Castor's old place. Honestly, yeah, I'd be willing to give him that. Did you read the event story? Not yet, I'm just wrapping some things up on it and then I will. Another good song that uses authentic instruments in it. I like the red and the purple there for the two of them. I mean, I'm not sure if that is actually the reason, but that's kind of what I interpreted it as. Realize when the event is over, we'll have a dead week. Oh, finally, that gives me time to actually do the fucking campaign. And I suppose this week as well. It is such a soothing song. So are they going to start with the first R6 event, the rerun, and then do the second one, or are they going to do like both at the same time? Oh, Syracuse. I mean, you know, you start with like a film noir sound. Obviously, it's going to be Syracuse. First new, then rerun. Oh man, that is such a... God damn it, that means I'll be missing the context before playing it. Oh well. Nope. This was used in the boss fight, wasn't it, as well? I do think it's amazing they got it to actually rain on stage. Ooh. I do kind of agree with you there, Andika. Oh, I need to play with that character some more. God, it was really fun when Lapland just all drove into the courtroom. Oh yeah, him. Yeah. Oh, there he is, Zaro. Yeah, just Emperor just like there. It's still funny just seeing like Emperor just holding a weapon. It's like, how are you doing that, my man? Kazmiesh? Yeah. As I say, I recognize this MLG sounding esports thing. The Null trailer event, I think. Or is this Pinus Silvestris? I can never remember. I think it's Pinus because it's the DD one, isn't it? With Nail lights. Oh, okay. Which is the blemish? Well, I can't remember now because let's see, hang on. Does it go into the... Okay, yeah. This is when Diddy, or whatever the robot's actually called, is used. Because I remember that trailer, or the PP for it. Justice Knight, yeah. It's kind of sad that that's the main thing I remember there, where it cuts to Justice Knight, goes Diddy, and then the beat drops during it, yeah. Easy way to remember that, yeah. I love no one in chat can consistently say which event it was used in. Oh, Radiant.
I know you know what is right from the start. Had my head held high since it began. 'Cause I laid it up for them. Just tell me, could you get up in the aftermath? Oh, would you leave it all out on the table now? Before the dust settles down. 'Cause right before the sunrise, I could see the fear in your eyes. You thought it disappeared for good now. You thought that we never dead. You thought that I was slowing down by now. But think again, you thought that I was gone for good now. Praying I turn around and say,
Oh, I love this.
I was slowing down by now. But think again, full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. It's you and me, we're going and we're going head to head. I'm coming at you like a bullet, all I see is red. A fire in my righteous eyes. You can't hide. 'Cause I'm the light illuminating every shadow. Oh, I'm coming for you. I can see it that you're on the low. 'Cause I'm reading the signs. I feel the fear in your mind.
I forgot there's like an operator quiz.
For good now. You thought you left me dead for dead. You thought that I was slowing
Uncle
down
jump
by
scare.
now. But think
I still love that. What's it called? The bench. Yeah, Roy and Shining. The way they just all appear one by one.
Yeah, listen up, I got the holy light of my command. And I got trouble here for you in my right hand. 'Cause you've been left now open wide, so justified. I won't let the people down, gonna raise them high. We're getting lighter every day, wherever fight.
Oh, I remember that cutscene. Not cutscene, as part of the PV.
Wanna be on my side. Ooh, yeah.
Are that the explosive drones?
Cause I'm coming,
Yeah, it is.
I'm coming for you. Yeah, you know it.
Blood Knight.
Full speed ahead. And I'm coming for you. Yeah, you know it. Full speed ahead. You thought it was such a good now. You thought that I was slowing down by now, but think again. You thought that I was going for good now. Praying I turn around instead. You thought that I was slowing down by now, but think again. Full speed ahead. Happy birthday, Arknight!
That was awesome. Ah, I see. Actually, a good cutoff point for that song.
We can all pretend there is nothing in the end. I like to
New song, okay. I was trying to figure if I knew this or not, but that explains why. Oh, I remember that cutscene. Also, that's an awesome outfit for like a Queen character to have. When Madame, such a cool character, and you only had like 5 scenes with her in it. Such a shame, really.
The king will shatter souls, letting sorrow take his toll. Has further to grow, new seas are sworn. We can plant our own. Love repairs the throne. Once empty, we'll feel the tension still. Oh, foundations break.
Got the ace treatment. Yeah, that one can hope at least. Sleepy Cat Boy, are we ready for Rainbow Six? Oh, I'm so looking forward to it. Hey. But my rundum, kind of not looking forward to it. Ah, see, I have an advantage there. I have no rundum. Listen to your heart. That does sound familiar. Yeah, that was quite a nice song, really. So that's concert exclusive one again. Interesting. Nope. Okay. Okay, I'll take it. Intermission music caught me off guard. Yeah, I was so surprised to see that one. I guess it makes sense though why they used it though. It's like streaming and content creation. That is such a classic song to use. Mood whiplash, it really is. Oh. The Arknights is great at doing mood whiplashes. Damn, that was quick. I will say now, that kind of just reminded me of, oh no, what's that song called? Idol? Okay, that was a really fun song. But yeah, part of it did kind of remind me of Oshinoko. I think that's the name. Oh, there you go, Laterano. Especially all that part towards the end where it was like a slight bit that was very similar. Church step time, yes. The martyr. Oh. Yes, this point, is it... is it Arknights or is it Warhammer? Waiting for Anduin to be playable, that would be fun. I mean, hey, if Church had this kind of service, I'd probably be going, even though I would burn up the moment I stepped in. Although, to be fair, if the Church gave you a free rifle, I would probably be going right away anyway, so... Laterano kind of has something going for it there. Although there is actually a religion in America that revolves around the AR-15, so it's not too far off. Yeah. It's amazing that they had to write that. A religion called government, right? No, it's like it's an actual legitimate religion. It is the Church of the AR-15. It sounds ridiculous, but it is a thing. And it's a legally registered church as well. Jedi's in UK, I completely forgot about that. This also makes me think of Divine Cybermancy, I think the game is called. Which is that sort of like cyberpunk but religious. It is definitely a cool mashup. I do like that kind of like techno pseudo-Catholic type vibe. Oh, straight to the next one then, okay. Oh no, I've forgotten what that logo is. Oh, okay, it's Bolivar. I was going to say Fiesta, but you know, Bolivar, yeah. See, this is the one that I want to have as a menu song, but we have the other one instead, so the other event song, which is good. I like that one, but this one would be a good one as well. Oh, him. I love how the DJ is just on like a literal piece of Arundum. Oh no, it's not Arundum, it's Originate Prime. Sorry. I mean, that's basically just an accurate representation of most of us. Tequila looks very small there. Touristy. Oh, that bit I like. I forgot how much I like that bit. Ooh. You know what? That's a fair reaction from the crowd. Also a fair reaction. I will not let you guys know where my eyes were going there. I thought we were about to go into that song, you know, I can feel it calling in the air tonight. It sounded like it was about to do that. It was like do 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 do. Misty memory, okay. Oh, Miss Rick Roll. Oh yeah, I completely forgot that was also They're Never Gonna Give You Up sort of drum beat as well. OG thing, nice. Correct version. Yeah, I recognize it from the previous song. Oh, okay, I get what you mean now. Gotta love saxophone. Crowds have to be toned down so they don't drown out the singers. Wow. Oh, this bit. I forgot about this bit. It keeps reminding me of a song, but I can never think of what. Oh, yeah, that bard woman. I was just always expecting there to be something more to her. Oh, she does know Emperor, so it's pretty more... Well, yeah. But to be fair, it's not like Emperor is particularly secretive either, though. He's like a full-on rapper and everything. So it's kind of more so that she just knows a celebrity. But yeah, I guess because he is also a spirit. Did she know the lambs? I can never remember if she knew the sheep as well. Oh, you know what? Never mind. You all know what I'm thinking. I just can't think of the name. Sargon, thank you. Every single time I tried to say Sargon, my mind kept trying to say Siesta. We're like, no, we just did that one. But that's like such an old school video game song vibe to it, doesn't it? Like, I can't think of what it's reminding me of. It's like, I don't know, like Sonic or one of the old games when it used to be side-scrolling. Oh, my headset's about to fly off. Now, I feel sorry for those two. They didn't have any cheers there. It also sounds a little bit like boss battle music, or like a fight music, just because the way it keeps changing up. like those classic RPG songs, like when it was turn-based. Oh, I suppose, yeah, I guess it is the boss music. It's fair, but you know what I mean, though. Like more so, like more like an RPG boss battle, as opposed to like the way it's done in Arknights is more so what I mean. Because again, like the way the music just keeps changing back and forth. It's like when you select a character and suddenly the music switches up a bit. And then you go back to another character, or you do something to the boss and it changes it again. It's like... The glyptic dance is slow compared to the energy of the music. True, but to be fair, if someone tried to dance to the energy of that music, they're probably not going to last long. Oh, I guess you could have like a decent amount of like breakdancing or something would probably work, but... Oh, monster. There it is. Copyright time, woo! Oh, this was like the first, this was used in like the first trailer, wasn't it? Starset was in China for a different event, they just decided to drop by. That's hilarious. Oh yeah, I see the phone screens. Oh well, I definitely see them now. Why does the thing look like Professor Terra from Pokemon Violet? No, you kind of have a point there. I keep thinking of Detroit Become Human because of the red thing on the side of their forehead. God damn it, I'm going to be listening to Starset for most of this evening now, when this stream is finished. I listened to one song and suddenly I have to listen to like the entirety of what they've got. First was Monster, second was Unbecoming, and then Infected, yeah. Monster's the one with the music video where everyone's in like the little VR set, right? Or is that Infected? Oh, I can't remember now. It's been ages since I've watched the actual music videos. There was a fourth Starset Arknights trailer. Oh, there's Monster. Okay, good. I love that. I can't help, every time I see this, I think, oh, there's a reunion member playing the cello there in the side. I see the white cloak. It's the one they released for the 5th anniversary. Oh, okay, right. Such a good fucking band. You know, that line in particular is so fitting now that we've passed chapter 8. Oh, so good. Oh, speaking of. Blimey, 10 years. Oh. Why was I trying to, like, hear to the side as if I could see over the shadow of the face? Ooh. That was something falling from the sky.
Thank you, Arknights! Thank you, Doctor! Starset!
Ooh, what is it? One last song, perhaps? Oh.
Do you want one more song?
Duh. I'd say Infected sort of explains Arknights in general. At least that was the vibe I got when I listened to it. Oh, speaking of.
I think we did it this time. There's something in the air inside the starshine. There's something in the air we'll never know. I can feel it take hold. Infected. They're calling on the landlines. They said it isn't standing on the shorelines. The warning lights are burning our gold. Now we reap what we sow. Infected. We do it.
Hands up and run. AS 2024 is definitely the best one. Honestly, I agree. I still think I'm still somewhat torn between this one and the second one, where it was like Nyan directing it. But honestly, the fact that Starset are here just sort of elevate it beyond that for me. And just honestly, the rest of it though, the quality of the production and everything is amazing. They're definitely getting better and better each year. Damn.
Shishi, thank you so much. We love you.
Wow, jeez. That was a really good performance. Honestly, yeah, I think, especially in terms of like production quality and such, it's definitely getting better each year. So like they take the elements that work really well previously, use those again, and then use more stuff, and then when those stuff works, they use that again next year. It's like it basically just keeps improving on itself for the most part. Apparently, after the concert ended, crowd sang back on me. Really? But yeah, a really good selection of songs as well. And I like that the theme was basically music across the world, or well, you know, music across Terra. But because of how linked Terra's world is to ours in terms of its inspirations and such, it really is essentially a concert of music from around the world. And I just think it was really cool. But that is on that's taking a moment to process it. I think it's definitely my favorite. This and the second one being close second. Because originally the second Ambience Synesthesia was my favorite, but I hope Hyperriff makes good music for Enfield. I think they will. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be the same people, so if Terra was the real world, we'd have a Techno-Gun Vatican. You know what? Well, why don't we do that anyway? For the... I've forgotten the name of the people in America now. Is it EDA or whatever? That was a joke. I like the 2023 exclusive songs more. True. I don't know. I definitely liked... I was about to say at least two of them, but no, I did like all three. Or was it four? I can't quite remember now. Second one is fun because we have those character instructions which give the... Yeah. That was the thing that I really liked about it. I liked that the sort of like in between parts where it was sort of like this behind the scenes of Nyan trying to get it all set up. It was quite funny, and just also just the characters talking to each other and such. It was I did like that. But I like that they're adding in more sort of like animations, cutscenes, that sort of thing. This one wasn't about W, so wow. I would say though, I think isn't this like the first time there's been an Ambience Synesthesia that doesn't have a W song in it? If I remember correctly. I feel like a song related to her has been in all three. She just said, I'm going to take a break for now. Next year we'll have her back for sure. Maybe, yeah. But it depends on what happens. I must admit I'm somewhat curious when I saw the chapter 14 spoilery stuff. Like, none of it really makes sense. Some of it sort of makes sense. Some of it kind of confirms something that I was thinking, but like, it's just funny. There's no way else this won't be into. Yeah. But yeah, it's such a fun concert though. It was really good. And it must be absolutely amazing to be there in person as well. Apparently the entire venue was sold out in less than 1 minute. Yeah, someone else mentioned that as well, like 40 odd seconds, 49 seconds or something. Which is like, honestly insane. Concert was 5 days long, blimey. So I'm assuming there was stuff here that wasn't shown, I'm guessing then? So I'm assuming there was probably other stuff as well, and then this was more of like the highlights of like the main parts of it, perhaps, I guess. Or, well, no, if it's 5 days, I guess it in more so as in like it's the same performance over and over again for like, 5 days. 8 runs of it. Okay, 8 runs over 5 days. Blimey. I mean, I know like concerts and theaters and such like that, they're used to doing that sort of thing, but that must be exhausting at the end of it. Especially when that's like, what, 3 of those days is doing it twice in the same day. Hopefully it was sort of like spread out, so like twice in one day, then one on one day, and then twice on one day the day after that, and so on and so forth. So it wasn't like 3 days in a row of it being twice. That would be a bit much. These are the best performances, right? Okay. Yeah, I suppose that kind of makes sense. It's kind of like what the theatre stuff do. Like when you see like stage plays that are done that are put into DVD form, they tend to actually choose the better scenes from each showing, or at least each showing that had a recording. Not always, but sometimes, a lot of the time they do. I hope Arknights paid all them well. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like they would. Like it's certainly not as if they're strapped for cash. I definitely think they would have, and they definitely deserve it. Everyone got a temple at the salary banner. God, yeah. Speaking of music, though, I definitely need to do another reaction stream for all of the new EPs because that's something I need to do. And the longer I wait on it, the more that list of new EPs that I haven't listened to is growing, and I kind of need to start doing that. Apparently, this year's theme was Terra's origins. Oh, okay, interesting. If it was Trap for Cash, would be getting more skins. It does amaze me though that they don't do more outfits. It's like, it's something that like everyone shows an interest in. Like, that's the funny thing about it. It's not like most games where it's like, cosmetics, whatever. But it's like one of the few games where like everyone's like actively like, no, we want this skin, we want this skin. Oh, I love this outfit they've used in this cutscene. Oh, this concert one is great. Like, can we have it? No. Like, what? It's like, but why not? I just don't feel like it. That each got two unique songs makes me wonder if the story is going to be focusing on her soon. Well, I feel like it has to, because like kind of a big theme is like, her returning to Victoria and like the whole Return of the King kind of vibe, because it really does have a Lord of the Rings Return of the King / King Arthur kind of sort of vibe to it. So unless they end up doing some sort of subversion, I'm going to assume she probably would take the throne, or at least take the throne temporarily and then give it up in order to try and do something else. But like, I kind of hope she does become queen. Not gonna lie, I think it would be rather rad. Well, we've gotten some hints. I haven't heard too much about it, to be honest. I mean, no one really mentioned, even though whenever they talk about Victoria, or at least in the stuff I've seen that's had Victoria in the events since, no one outright mentions, oh, the Queen says this, or the King has sent me to do this. It's always about the individual dukes and such still, even after the events of what happened. So it does lead me to wonder, it was in the new trailer. Oh, okay, never mind, I'll go fuck myself. So if there is something that does hint at her at least being temporarily in charge for a while, that would be quite cool. But it does seem like that's the direction it's going for her. But again, they can subvert it. She could, in the end, choose not to be queen or something. But, like, Well, if it's in CN, all we can do is wait for global, yeah. I did find that the chapter 14 sort of look-in kind of interesting, though. Because I did see something. I'm not going to talk too much about it, because obviously spoilers and such, and I know people in chat don't necessarily want to hear stuff, so I'm not going to go into detail, but I did see something there, and it made me think, a theory I had in terms of what the next arc might be might actually be correct. Because I was saying before how it feels like it's coming towards the end, if not the next chapter being the end, then at least being the penultimate, and it did kind of give that vibe. So I would be curious to see how much there is left. I do kind of feel like with all of the events taking place after this arc, it does kind of feel as though they're wanting it to be sort of move on from it soon, at least. It's kind of like it is sort of preparing us for it. So overall ratings for me would be 8 or 9 out of 10. Honestly, yeah, I think this was probably the best concert so far. Didn't they say we're halfway through the intended story? Really? Do you mean the intended story for like the whole arc, or do you mean for the whole game? Because I feel like that's very close if it's for the whole game. The fourth trailer actually gave a lot on how the game will progress. Okay, for Arknights, really interesting. I'm kind of hoping that Sargon would be one of the main storylines or something like that. Just because it does seem like it would be a really interesting place to go to and explore more. Because so far we've only really seen like rainforest and desert, and while that is pretty much what Sargon is, it's sort of like more the individual small scale stuff and not like the big picture. Like with Ursus and Victoria, you see the whole thing. Minos would also be really cool. I feel like we haven't really had much on Minos in general. Like, not even events. I think, has there been an event with Minos? I can't even remember. It feels like Minos has sort of been kept to one side. And I suppose there's also Iberia, or at least like maybe not necessarily Iberia, but like Aegea or Aegea. I can't remember which one it was now. No, please, no meddling in the Middle East. What do we have to tell to the Brits? Hey. To be fair, it is Colombia doing it, which is not a surprise, considering it's also Colombia doing it in the real world. But I did find that very funny in Walk in the Dust. I think it was Walk in the Dust anyway, when it was very much Colombia messing with Sargon or doing stuff in Sargon. It's like, yes, of course. That's consistent. And also messing with Bolivar as well, which, yes, that is incredibly consistent. Well, I suppose, the reclamation algorithm is basically Sargon. The one special battle event tournament they had, right. Interlocking competition is technically a Minos event, but you can't glean much from it. Right. Yeah, I do kind of feel like they should do it because, I mean, it's a Greek or ancient Greek themed location. That is awesome. That would be very interesting to see in an Arknights lens. Sargon also gets a summer event. Oh, nice. To be fair, Victoria is having a bit of a conundrum at the moment. Just a small bit. Just a small bit of a we do not know what the fuck we're doing kind of thing. But hey, Puzzle gets an absolutely amazing outfit, so it's worth it, I suppose. Higashi for me. Honestly, yeah, Higashi's another one that we don't really see a lot of. It's kind of just sort of there, and there's big history parts of it. Like Higashi kicked Ursus's ass for a bit, which mirrors Japan kicking Russia's ass for a bit. So it'd be kind of interesting to see a little bit of that and how that sort of works with there. Some tensions between people in the areas of Higashi that were taken from Ursus, because who doesn't want to see a little bit of a everyone kicked Ursa's ass at one point. Well, yes, true, but I meant more so the fact that it had an actual historical link to it, like a well-known thing. Victoria currently having a nationwide BSOD. Yeah. Just a smidge of conflict. Just a smidge of conflict, and totally not like mirroring what it's like to be in Imperium of Man Guard in like the middle of a chaos war. Because I will say, reading through like part of chapter 13 and seeing like the soldier perspective and all that, it does feel like being a guardsman in the middle of a fight against chaos, doesn't it? With like weird magic that's like annihilating your comrades to the side of you. To be fair, you can definitely have a Gaul themed event. It just obviously wouldn't be in the Nation of Gaul, because it doesn't exist anymore. But it would be, you'd have something like that kind of sort of like uncovering its history in a sense, sort of like maybe even a look into what happened when it fell and such. Which I know wasn't that long ago, but IS2 is technically Gaulish. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, because with IS2, the point was that you're going through this castle that was left behind. So, you kind of have something similar to that as a event. But yeah. I'll say, though, for now, I think I might leave it here. I think. I'm trying to think of if there's anything. I suppose there is Discover Terra. That was released not too long ago, and I haven't watched it yet. Never say no to more perils, true. I'll take a look at what you sent in Discord. Ooh. What? Baby ball, baby summer event. I feel like there's a lot of things that that disappeared. There we go. There is definitely a few things that I probably should look at. I think I'll do the 4th PV and the 4th PV and the calcit thing. So I'm just going to go over to another tab for a moment. No, not a reaction video. I am the reaction video. Here we go. Okay, I'm assuming the Kazdil team won because there doesn't seem to be a Arknights official one. Okay, so I'm going to put that one on first. There we go. Is that up properly? Yes, it is. All right. Old school computer vibes. Oh, more of those sarcophaguses. Oh, they're all going out. I mean, that's what happens, isn't it, with the one in Lone Trail? Machine. Oh, is that the sarcophagus we had? I was gonna say that's. Oh.
今再び星たちの瞬きを捉えたわ。いつかまた星の残光がテラに差し込んだら、その光の火痕を立ってみせるって約束してくれたわよね。さあ、ドクター。
That was the statue of Apollo, wasn't it? That just flashed by. Starset, yeah, this is telescope. Dementors. Isn't Priestess human? Or rather the same race as whatever the Doctor is? Because if I remember correctly, her face didn't have any ears or horns or anything. Lapland? That's the scar, isn't it? Damn. Oh, there is more. Okay, I thought that was the end. Oh. Oh, that's actually English. I thought it was a weird language at first. It's just a really weird font. I stand upon Terra. Yeah, I like seeing the Tharkas in the Sancta. Is that like a floating city? Oh, maybe it's an ocean city. Look, the stars, they're closer now, aren't they? Oh, ooh, no, that's not a good thing normally. Was that a whale? Oh. Okay, so that took a turn all of a sudden. Because oh no, not all of play. For starters, I liked this. I'm just looking at this because I want Uranibog. Yeah, that's definitely this is definitely oh, Kazdena. I will go from the beginning, don't worry. It's just I want to focus on this second part just for a moment. Because Empliena Kazdena. I mean, I want to say that was Emperor, but I just found that funny because I just saw the Kazde and just immediately made me think Kazdel. And it was like, it would be funny if they were to make something for Kazdel. That would be an interesting turn of events for Ursus. Which I highly doubt would be the case, though, because aren't they, like, super racist towards them, if I remember correctly, or if that might have been another group. But yeah, it almost makes you think of, like, a floating city because of that. And, like, those are sort of, like, air propulsion or something. It's probably not, but it does give me that vibe of, oh, it's a floating city. We've had moving cities on the ground. We've got floating cities in the water. Who knows? A floating city in the air could be the next step. Empleana or from Emplean, the highest realm of heaven. Okay, that definitely leads to the whole in the sky vibe then. Columbia, Ursus, and Kazdel together in the future. Interesting. That would be very interesting. It does look like Atlantis from Stargate. It does. Now that you've mentioned it, it really does look like that. There was something else. Yeah, look, the stars are closer now, aren't they? That was immediately foreboding because I suddenly remembered, oh yeah, there was a threat from the sky or threat from above. And like, so the idea of, oh, those stars look closer. It's like, those do look closer. I wonder if they're going to collide with us. And it was still very foreboding when playing the did you see what happened on the Rimbilton map? No. I don't think so anyway. What was I saying? Oh yeah, with Lone Trail when you're talking to the AI or well, I suppose it wasn't really an AI, it was actually someone's mind, but still. And they were on about losing contact with all the different like outposts and that. It does feel like this part here, this whole thing kind of feels like someone's got their eyes set on Terra, and I do not like it. Tristan, yes. Why does that seem so familiar, though? This image, this logo. I've definitely seen that before. Wasn't that on Tristan? Or, like, within proximity? Isn't that, like, the old civilization? Oh, the Collapsals, never mind. Okay. So it was something else then. And it just goes, this Terra is ours. You know, it would be very funny if the Collapsals were the threat from above. And they've just been here the whole time. Or their means of entering a Terra is a way of trying to get through the barrier. That would be an interesting thing. Because we always sort of look at the Collapsals as being a demonic, supernaturally kind of thing because that's how they're portrayed as, but they could essentially be invaders using, trans-dimensional travel and such. It would also explain how they are able to knock out an entire civilization that supposedly spanned loads of planets. That could very well be the case. It would be funny if it turns out that they were, if the sort of, as I understand, the capsules are extra dimensional. True, but it could still be a little bit like, what are those enemies called in Stellaris? The one of the final factions. It could kind of be something like that. But it would be interesting if it turns out the threat that destroyed the previous civilization has been something that we've seen for the whole time. Whale. Big whale. And yeah, that is indeed a whale. No, I think it's a new threat. Okay. That's a lot of growth. Okay, I want... I don't know why I'm leaning in as if that's going to make it easier for me to tell who it is. More of the collapsal symbols. Originium overgrowth on Rim Billiton. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because isn't Rim Billiton an Originium mining place? So I guess they probably fucked up big time, maybe. I wonder though if it kicks humanity's butt, what chance Terra has. I mean, who knows? Probably whatever they left behind. It'd be funny if it turns out Originium is the thing. Because that apparently from that, they sort of hinted in Lone Trail that Originium was an invention and it didn't work and it was kind of made things worse. Oh yeah, there it is. Ultra massive. Not sure what that would be referring to. Paired on... Well, those are locations, aren't they? Those are like coordinates, I'm guessing. Yeah, Frista mentioned that Originium sort of evolved beyond the point of control. It was probably made then to try and beat the threat that they were going against. So it'd be kind of interesting if it turns out that it ends up being used, or at least we get closer to finding a way of preventing its issues for ourselves, and that ends up unlocking the way that it could be used against whatever threats come our way. That would be an interesting way of doing it. I wonder if that character in the end was Amir or someone new. That's what I was trying to figure out when I was like looking. I was like, I don't know why I'm tilting my head. It's not going to make it easier for me to see. It kind of looks like it could be that jacket, and she's just sort of letting it hang off her. I mean, she's definitely got bunny ears, whoever it is. But it seems sharper, though. It's, like, pointed out. But I guess it could be a more, like, edgy version of the character. I'm just going to go through... That gave me, like, very World Tree vibes for a moment. Oh. Okay, that is a statue. Well, obviously, I can't remember what it's a statue of. That reminds me, though, I am supposed to find... Oh, it was around this time, actually. those kind of make me think, well, there's a bunch of things in this really, but it partly reminds me of the golden disc that we sent out on Voyager. Cerulean Arbor, okay. Okay, and that's the thing we've seen before. We did see the full entirety of the sarcophagus before. And that's her. Or was it here? No, it wasn't. Can't wait to learn more about Priest. It's honestly same, because I feel like we've seen her like once. And then it just vanished. Well, no, there is there is like the Doctor's event. Okay,
星たちの瞬きを捉えたわ。いつかまた星の残光がテラに差し込んだら、その光の火痕を立ってみせるって約束してくれたわよね。
Damn it, I missed it. Oh, what was the button? There we go. Oh no, that's just the same statue as before, isn't it? I thought it was the statue of Apollo, but it might not have been. Oh, I cannot tell now if that is the same shoulder. It's almost different angle. Whatever. Weeping Sancta statue. It would be very funny if they did that. Okay, I gotta go back for that one. Because... Okay, that is interesting. So the numbers rise up and then immediately fall to 0, which... That's the lifespan of each of Calcis' incarnations. That was kind of what I was thinking. It was either that or a population counter going up and then immediately falling to 0. So as in, like, different colonies. But, although, to be honest though, if that is an age... How far does that one go up? That goes up to like nearly 1.5 million. We had to speak for, right, yeah. Oh, right, it's days, okay. This would be the point in which it would be nice to have English subtitles, but the fact that it automatically goes to Japanese means there aren't any English versions. Okay, that was an interesting thing, because I see that before, and I can't tell if that's just a color change. Oh. I mean, I did this literally a moment ago. Why is it not working now? Okay, I'm gonna have to eyeball it. Damn it. Okay, now it's working. Oh, I'm going... Boom. I can't help but feel like that's a different person. Unless at some point Calcia had black hair, or it is just a complete recoloring or something. But theories are that is what Calcia used to look like before she became... Okay. That would be interesting, yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny. The only thing that makes me think of Calcia is the fact that it kind of has like the green highlight bits, which are still prominent with her hair. Just with it being white and not that sort of bluish black. I'm still wondering what that is, though. I mean, that could be Siege, but I can't really tell if it is or not. Also, I don't think it is, because it almost looks like a bloke as well. I want to say that's Lapland because of the scar. Lapland has a scar on her eye, doesn't she? Okay, it is Lapland, there you go. Oh, there was something there. Has the Doctor got someone? Okay, no, that might not be the Doctor. Never mind. I thought it was the Doctor holding someone over his shoulder, but no, I don't. I don't even know if that is the Doctor because that looks a bit like Boober, to be honest. Damn it! Try. Again, I'm doing that thing where I like trying to look under the shadow. I'm not going to be able to see the face, but it does give me vampire vibes, so I'm assuming it's a vampire person. Okay, I think whoever this is, if it is Amir or if it's someone else, that is the same person that we see at the end bit. So I'm thinking at the moment it is another version of Amir, maybe another version that we get or something. And it does kind of look like the black stuff that we see. Well, this looks like Closure. It might be Closure. That would be weird. I just say that because, I mean, those there are the things from that. Because it's the same three-prong thing. Statue-wise, yeah, it looks like Closure, but the rocks also look like the Sarkaz crown, which Shamir hold. Yeah. That's kind of the thing. See, now, the reason why I think it was Amir was just because it looks like those, and those look like bunny ears. It might not necessarily be Amir, it might be another, bunny. Damn it. But it does have that look. It looks the same since Closure does that pose in the model. Okay. To be fair, when I first saw that figure from behind, I thought it was Clown Slayer. I suppose it sort of has that vibe to it. I like this. It does make me wonder if something will actually happen there about it. Ah, okay, I was going to see if something was there. Sometimes I sort of wonder if there is a way for Sancta and Sarkaz to work together, and Law doesn't like the idea, because the way it just sort of immediately gets covered by only Laterano's logo is a bit, Unless that's representing the time in which some of the TCAS became Sancta. So it could just sort of be like a painting representing that. You know, sort of a follow the light kind of thing. Zelia and Forster got new manga recently. Oh, okay. might represent Laterano hiding TCA's origins of Sancta, which they do. That could also be the case, yeah. It's just kind of funny because it shows sort of a relatively peaceful outlook of Sancta and Sarkaz, and then immediately gets covered by the Laterano logo. No reference to Kazdel or the Sarkaz in general here are immediately after that. So it's either representing the point in which some became Sancta and then the rest separated ways, leaving just the Sancta, or it's actively being hidden as a, oh no, you've seen too much, hey, hello, here's Laterano kind of thing. Well, you can go back to the computer screen at the beginning and see which of our human projects failed. Maybe there's something. Oh? Well, I'm going to tell you now, I ain't seen shit. It could represent Celia's parents. Oh, that would also be a thing that it could absolutely could represent that, to be honest. That did not help at all. Well, the tree is mentioned. I see Zerula Arbor. I can't see what it says. It's something preservator. Okay. No, that one failed. I feel like that's supposed to say celestial. But there's way too many things there for it. Celestial Fulcrum. No signal for that one. Oh no, Celestial Fulcrum is immediately after. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so there's two versions. Oh, it's a file and then project. No signal for that one as well. That's Expanse, I think. Artificial Expanse? That one didn't specify if it failed or not. It fades to blank just as you see it about to write something. It did that same flash that the rest did before saying no signal, but it faded out to blank before you could see what it said. So that one could have worked, and whatever it is now, or it's also failed and it just didn't bother to show it. But I feel like it might be the case. Guess which project the third and last are. Going back to this. Nope, that's the wrong one. Going back to this. 2, 3. Well, Celestial Fulcrum sounds incredibly familiar. Like, I feel like we've definitely heard it before. I want to say in Lone Trail, but I might be thinking of something else. I might be thinking of the hammer and, what was it called? Rod or something? The Star Pod. Okay. Interesting. So, no signal to that to the Star Pod. The other one was the... I'm still assuming that says artificial expanse, but I'm not sure. That one I'm not too sure about what that would be, unless they're referring to the sky. Although that might not be Expanse. It's hard to... Oh, artificial expansion. That could be referring to Originium then. Or it could also be referring to the previous stuff, because the old civilization was able to make planets, weren't they? I think I vaguely remember something like that. That would also be an artificial expansion, although it would also make sense to be Originium, seeing as Originium is an artificial thing, apparently, from what it sounds like. And it does indeed expand. There's much else I need to glean from this. That, we've already gone through that. That might be Siege. I'm wondering why Lapland's involved. Did you read the Originium related lore from I'm not sure if I did. I feel like there was a reason why I didn't. Because I remember... No, I must have, because I feel like I read her files... Because I did it during the manga thing. I think I read all of the people related to the manga. I think I read all their files. Unless I was specifically told not to. But I can't remember if that was the case or not. I feel like there was one person I didn't read the operator records for, specifically because chat told me not to, so it might have been her, but I don't know now. I feel like I did read it, though. I'll have to go back and check that one. Anyway, I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to do the... I've forgotten which one it was now. I think that Lapland is just hello, look out for a new altar kind of thing. That would be fun, considering so far she hasn't got one. Oh, that's right, the calcit. The question is, though, will it have English subtitles? Because it's retraced Terra, isn't it? And that's the fourth one. No, it doesn't. Okay. I'm going to leave this one then for a little bit. Because there actually isn't any actual translation for it. That history timeline should have... I mean, it should do, but I don't see any other version of it. I only see the Casdell team version, which is taken straight from the original. Retraced Terra. Okay, there it is. All right, it didn't want to show it last time when I looked up the previous thing. All right, so this will be the last one I do today. Time for Calcit ASMR, yeah.
統治が行動様式として確定され、統治関係の存在が黙認されて久しいが、そのあり方にはまだ議論の余地が残されている。誰が何をもって統治するのか、時代を超えて同じ問いが繰り返されてきた。原初の天才は立ち上がりかけた文明を
BCE, okay. For current event, I'm guessing.
災いの後、初めて世界という言葉を振りかざし、文明統一の旗を掲げたサルゴンの君主は、世界帝国の名のもとに全ての命を治めると宣言した。歴代の諸王の王がその足で統治下の端まで赴くことはなかったが、
Okay, interesting. So Sargon is where
彼ら
it
が作り出した政治
starts.
概念はあまねく大地に浸透していった。
Not too far from the real world.
仲違いした谷のドラコは、パーディシャーの宮殿が落とす影から繁栄の予兆を見出した。大地を天路とするハガンは、西南の途上で絶対と信じられていた秩序を踏み破った。高原での戦にて、ナイツモラの影は黄金のペガサスに刻まれた。力と美徳を天使とする神民の伝説は、王族が膝をついた瞬間にもろく崩れ去ったのだ。投降を拒んだ騎士団は統治権を奪い取ったが、それに正当性を付与するため、やはり力と美徳の権殿を選ぶ。産地に座すヒッポグリフが人々の
That's cool, having an
戦争の重みを
actual
犯した時、
drawing like that.
やがて自らの血がウルサス人の根幹をなすとは想像もしなかっただろう。ヒッポグリフ討伐を掲げて始まった戦争はやむことなく、その刃が指し示す方向は変われど、戦争はウルサスの権威を守るための重要な道具となっていった。イベリアの方が認知の境界線を広げるにつれて、
That jumps quite a bit.
諸国の野望も遠方へ向けられた。かつて一国の王すら垂涎した金の貯蔵庫ボリバルも、今は戦果を蓄えるのみである。政権交代は回を重ねるたびに意味をすり減らし、言葉だけの改革は身を伴わなかった。新興国クルピアは決闘に結びつけられた王冠を拒み、公に認められた政治家
Okay, so this is the
権力の
Revolutionary War.
根拠を求めた。しかしこの連邦国家は真実、統治の新時代を開いたかは、マーク・マックスの存在が鍵を握るだろう。家族の結束により社会を構築してきたレムビリトン人は権威とは無縁であった。だが外圧に抗うために彼らは家族を政権へと組み替えざるを得なかった。このように民衆によって自発的になされる統治が今後も続くか廃れるかは、
It sounds like Rim Billiton is going to have a very bad time though.
ガリアの亡骸は30年にわたる高度成長の養分となり、戦勝者は腹を膨らませたが、飽食による疲弊は隠しきれなかった。戦いに磨かれた王子によりウルサス最後の隆盛がもたらされたが、その経済成長は既得権益を握る伝統貴族たちの脅威となった。外敵も内部の亀裂を埋める助けとはならず、欠乏の戦いでの惨敗を皮切りに大反乱の序章が幕を開けた。高等の国では長の私服を経て革命が起こり
Meanwhile,
不王が権力の漆黒を解こうとするほど権力への崇拝と争いは激化した。 暴君の死に狂気する者たちはリターニアが再び過去の泥沼へ沈みゆくことなど想像もしなかった。幸運にも今日まで存続している文明は未だ完全な秩序を示すには至っていない。しかしその探求にかけられる時間はもはやそう多くはないのかもしれない。
Okay, that was actually a really nice little recap, really. It was funny, like, 'cause towards the end, it's just like, oh, yeah, I was... It's like, at this point onward, it's like, oh, yeah, I was here, I saw this. Yeah, it was funny, though, going from... 58 ACE to 777. Just a massive leap forward. But I suppose I wouldn't expect them to do the whole timeline anyway, because I know there's a lot that happens in between those years, but it would be ridiculous. It would be like such a long video for it to go through everything. Who knew the president in Colombia is a pigeon? I know, it's so funny. I couldn't help but laugh when I saw that in the event. I was just like, ah, yes, Mr. President. This is definitely a lot different to the Discover Terra one, but of course that makes sense because this is going about the history of Terra, whereas Discover Terra is more about the location specifically. Yeah, Casto got destroyed like a couple of dozen times, yeah. I like that it mentions that Iberia, Iberia stops controlling Bolivar. Bolivar still goes into a thing. Oh, no, there it is. Never mind. Okay, I was about to say it's weird that they didn't mention Colombia sort of, manipulating a bit of that. And it did. It does mention it, yeah. And they got the true Bolivarans. Because I remember that. I remember it's very much a... it's kind of interesting because it's sort of way Bolivar's civil war and like the people that back it. It kind of reminiscent to the South American stuff that you see. Like, you got like the American backed and then you got the... Traditionally, it would have been the Soviet backed, which is why it's funny that Lifanian is the one that they're doing this sort of proxy thing with instead of Ursus. But I suppose it would have been a bit too on the nose if it was Columbia and Ursus. So they've sort of made, I guess they made it Columbia and Lifanian instead. But it's funny though, because the whole thing of this sort of stuff where you've got one side backing rebels and whatever of one side of a civil war, and you've got the other side backing the other, and they sort of go here and there and do all this, and it's very much a sort of like the Cold War era of South America. There was an Austrian ruler of Mexico. I suppose, yeah, I guess that's probably what they're trying to reference there then. The new R6 one is Bolivar, old one is Sargon. Okay. Well, it'd be interesting to see then how they fit that fit the Bolivar stuff in. Especially if you've got characters from from our world, considering that's what happens with the Rainbow Six storyline. Because surely they would notice it as well if they see that. Is it here? I like this. I will say, for considering that Ursus is primarily themed around Imperial Russia, it's somewhat interesting that a lot of what you see seems more like Soviet Russia in terms of like the designs and such. It's sort of like they got the visuals but made the culture imperial. It's kind of interesting how they've done that. This looks like Detroit or any other rundown US city. It does kind of, yeah. But I suppose that kind of sort of leads into itself with the way the buildings are made. But it does give me the sort of like old brutalism style architecture, especially with the big thing at the back there. I know they didn't really do that. That's mostly in like the fictional sense, but it's very reminiscent of that. And then in the middle of it, you have their equivalent of Red Square, or that one palace that you see. So I do always find it really interesting the way they sort of like use some of the visuals of a more Soviet-esque kind of cues, but they primarily keep it within an imperial and older, more traditional sort of vibe overall, which is something you don't really see anywhere else, because normally when you see fictional Russia, it is fictional Soviet Union or fictional modern Russia. You don't really see a lot of the more imperial references, unless it's stuff that just happened to survive over it. I mean, most Detroit have brutalist style building. The economic degradation did help as well. Yeah. But what I mean is a lot of brutalism comes in from the need to have something cheap and big. So that's why you get the big, blocky apartments with not much else to it. It is basically just built as a place to have people live. Or at least that's sort of where it came from, and then it sort of became its own style. I think there's much else I really need to look at, really. Victorian Ursus enter the Gaulish-Victorian War. It's kind of weird to say that Victoria entered the Gaulish-Victorian War because it's the Gaulish-Victorian War. But I guess you can say it, even though it's really more something you would say for a country entering a war that already exists. But still. After 30 years of rapid growth, yeah. AKA Napoleon War. But the War of Four Nations is a reference to the it's the way the Chinese refer to the Napoleonic War, isn't it? Isn't it? Don't they call it like the War of Four Emperors or something like that? Or War of Four Kingdoms or something? I keep forgetting Corsica was the leader of. Oh, it's mentioned in there, Battle of Four Emperors. Huh. I could have thought that was the or maybe it is still the same name. Anyway. And Lyonnais, that is the real place as well in France, isn't it? Or it's a name or something. I remember there being something historical about that name. At the very least, I think there's a battleship that had that name at one point. Right, so I went through that bit. This is quite far. Also, I'd like to say that this is probably the most detailed looking map we've ever actually seen of Terra, because you actually see like what is almost satellite, and it was the same earlier on where they showed. It must have been earlier on when they showed Bolivar stuff. But I do find it interesting how detailed this version of the map is, and I kind of hope somewhere is the full map, because I kind of need it. I want it. Because for so long we've been using either like fan-made maps, which sort of make a more detail out of it, or we just deal with the map that Arknights gives us, which isn't very detailed, and you can't tell if this is all land or if part of it's sea or if it's just the area that we know. It's So having this here and here, I just like this. I like it a lot. Even though I did originally think it was the Horn of Africa for some reason. Like, I thought it was like Red Sea and that. But I like this more detailed, well, not atlas map, more like satellite image map. We wake up 1096. I think so, yeah. $10.96, and then $10.98 is the beginning of the arc, and it's all like a year. Seeing if there's any more. Yeah. Oh, this was the thing that I liked. I liked that you had like the detailed drawing of Igor here, just because it fits with like the whole history thing. Like, it just shows up a historical drawing of the man, like you would with a real person, because this sort of like detailed drawing is something that you get a lot of. The map in Arknights Wiki is pretty detailed. I don't know if you see that. Oh, I'll have to have a look at that in a moment. But yeah, I think you guys probably know what I mean with that sort of drawing. There's yeah, I see that, like the rebels. I wonder if that's supposed to be like that, or if that's all like a glitch there, or if it was just someone's kind of didn't notice. But yeah, no, I like that they just sort of shown him as a historical drawing. It just fits this sort of like documentary style crash course on history. So you got so the Pegasi, they sort of get rid of their government. Can I tag you in Discord for the link? Sure, yeah. Okay, so that's the interesting one. Fairly conservative. So, right. And this happens before the Aslan takeover? Because that's the thing I don't quite. That's the thing I don't quite get. No, I can't do. Why can't I? Yeah, the Valley's nomadic tribes break apart. We get that bit. And then the loyalists to make Victoria. Kingdom of Victoria. The royalists establish Kingdom of Victoria, yeah. And then the conservatives establish Terra. But the fact that the Aslan weren't really mentioned here, it was weird. So it comes into the picture after the War of the Dragons. Okay, so that's the thing that surprised me a bit about it, because I always interpreted their idea that the dragons are supposed to be the ones ruling the entirety of the area, being that they don't like the fact that the Aslans took over. But if the Draco that are part of Terra were from the people who had split up beforehand anyway, well, then they don't really have any claim to what becomes Victoria, because those belong to the only dragon that could claim that part of Victoria would be the ones that the Aslan defeated, or co-led with them for a bit, didn't they? So I guess Terra, or Dublin at least, doesn't just want Terra, but rather the entirety. They kind of want to finish that separating war that they had. But it does make it funny, though, because it does kind of make them have even less claim to the areas that are legitimately Victoria. Because Unless those dragons happen to be descendants of the dragons that were in Victoria. Otherwise, no. They only have the people that weren't. If I remember, there are two tribe Draco, aka Greedy and Brave. Yeah. I just find that funny that that the Draco leaders of Terra that are wanting the entirety of Victoria happen to actually not descend from any Draco that was in charge of Victoria, at least not since they became Victoria and Terra. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, I think the last thing really that I wanted to mention, I do like that Sargon is sort of like the birthplace of well, it says sovereign power, but I'm going to assume it's also like society at large, just as in that way. So, you know, with the power structure and all of that, as opposed to just tribal, because that's what happened in the real world. The Middle East, or at least a decent chunk of the Middle East, was where that sort of thing happened. It was Mesopotamia, I believe, is where society began. As more people settled, and it basically just grew until it became the prototype for modern day society, which hasn't really changed all that much. Anyway, I'm gonna have a look at this map now. King of Kings from Sargon, aka Gilgamesh. Okay. Ooh, ooh. Oh! Ah! This. Okay, I remember seeing this like briefly, and then I sort of forgot it existed. Right, this is very... Oh, why is it has to be one of these ones where I have to use control? Right, I remember this. An unknown area. I do really want to know, like, what that is. Yeah, so then you got Sammy. Kirag is in the mountains. I always forget that. I forget that Kirag actually isn't up north, it's in the mountains. So you got Kazimiej, Ursus. A decent chunk of it is actually in the ice fields. More of it than Sammy. I always thought Sammy was pretty much in the ice field entirely, but whew, that is so much land. The chaos there must be immense. Then you got Higashi, Yan, Casdel's there, right in the slap bang of everything. Syracusa, Rimbilliton, Laterano, Iberia. Iberia still has a decent chunk of its existence. Makes sense why Ursus is constantly fighting Collapsals. Yeah, pretty much. Victoria, Lifanian. They even have the markers? Oh! Wow! Huh. That's honestly really interesting. Sargon. It also actually amazes me how much green there really is in Terra. Because I know they talk about how there isn't much of it and such, but there is quite a lot. There's quite a lot in Yan as well, which surprises me more because they have such a big issue with irritable land as human. Where does it not? That's wrong. Shangshu. Okay, they haven't added, or have they? That's Longman. They haven't added the place we have been to yet. The RA event is in Sargon near the Hotlands. Okay. Yeah. Da Huang, yeah. So they haven't added that one yet. I imagine it must be... Actually, it would have to be along a river. Because it was a river where the thing was flowing, but... It's kind of interesting though, because Yan is not particularly close to where the Collapsals would be, or at least where any demon activity would be, because that's more up north. It is a colder area though, so I would imagine Da Huang would have to be somewhere around there or there, although you don't actually see any claim there. But Higashi is though. Yeah, that's the weird thing about it. The weirdest thing about this is Da Huang is technically where Higashi is, or at least it would be in this version. Like, I'm assuming maybe it's this river that goes up and then maybe it does go further this way, or maybe the demons actually go quite far south. Who knows? I mean, they don't really say to what extent the demonic activity is. Maybe, I mean, we never actually saw any real demons. It was more so like demon-possessed versions of the stuff that G was making. And it was a demonic stuff inside the thing, inside the machine, that also made the sort of demon thing around them. But then at the same time, on the other side of the river is where the demons are, so maybe they aren't that far down. They might change Gashi's position. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe. I mean, they don't have to do much. They could just move it to the side there, or expand Yan around it, or further up here. So Yan is sort of sandwiched a bit of it in between Ursus and Higashi. It also is a little bit interesting as well as to where the Ursus lands that Higashi took would be. I'm guessing maybe here, this hexagon. Is that hexagon? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yeah. That could be an Ursus place. Because I know Higashi took land from Ursus, and I don't think they gave it back, if I remember correctly. So that's Chernobog. Oh yeah, of course. So this must be deity. Yeah. There's that one. Calais Blasson. Okay, I was about to say that sounds French. Yeah, former Gallic territory is now part of Victoria and under the influence of the Crimson Troop. Oh, okay. From it's a setting, right? Okay. And that's County Hillock, Londinium, and Caledon. Okay, so Caledon's actually close to the water then. And the Sea of Parasite. And that also makes sense as to how Iberia... So at some point, Victoria had a sea navy, or maybe still does, and Iberia obviously had a sea navy because Iberia defeated Victoria's navy, but as far as I can tell, Iberia only ever had a sea navy. So unless they were shooting onto the shore, but then if that was the case, Victoria would just move away and use their superior artillery. So I imagine Victoria must have had or have a naval fleet as well. And when they engaged, it was like the original British fleet versus the Spanish Armada, except in this case, the Spanish Armada won. Also, the Collapsals aren't bound to the spatial plane like us seeing. That is true, actually, because the Collapsals did just appear slap bang in the middle of Lifanian, which is right in the center. So perhaps somewhere across this river here, and say Da Huang might be in some of this more, harder to farm land where it looks more arid and not as nice. And then on the other side of the river is demon activity, something there that allows demons to sort of hang around, because apparently on the other side of the river were demons, so it has to be a thing. And it's also greener on that side, so it would make sense that when Shannon came back, she came back with seeds from the other side, because it looks as though there would be lands there that could, have plants and such. I like this map, I must admit. Also, just really like this. Like, it's so weird. It's the same. I know it's the same in the original map as well, but it's just like that isn't from the flooding. That's not from the flooding. That was already like that, and the flooding has just sort of accentuated its shape. But like that is a full-on shatter, and it does make me wonder if like it was a collision or something, like, you know, a meteorite in the past or something, kind of like the Gulf near America, which is caused by that meteorite strike. Although it isn't circular, you would expect it to be more of a perfect circle shape, but who knows? It's not exactly the real world. It's, you know, a fantasy, magical, sci-fi land. It's just always been such a weird thing, and it's like it looks like an explosion outwards. Something that really shaped this area. So I imagine these areas would have been very valley-like before the silence came in and flooded the area, and that then became these sorts of river-like things. Almost like a really shattered fjord, but not quite. Maybe it's impacting at a sharp angle, possibly? I do wonder if there's anything on these islands. I think the lighthouse must be on one of these islands, but because it's quite far away from the rest of it. Oh no, actually, because Iberia is quite far from a lot of this, so the lighthouse could be on any of these small islands as well. The gear's down here, but we know very little of that. Although apparently there was an Aegir city near Iberia, so if the lighthouse is somewhere around here... Wait, actually, where is that? So that's Salviento. Okay, so the Stortivera Navis is here. So that's El Faro, or Gran Faro. El Faro is a place in Spain. I imagine the lighthouse must have been somewhere around here then, or up here. And then they sailed to here, Stortivera Navis. And it wasn't far from Stortivera Navis where they dived down and found the city, right? Which means it must be somewhere around here. That weird Aegir city that may or may not have been taken over by Seaborn, which is quite far from Aegir. But also makes sense that upon being denied access to Iberia, the Aegirian refugees would then make a place down there. Maybe the black hexagon is Aegir? No, I think the black hexagon is a coloration from here because it has that brown? I don't know. Rarest salty wind, Salviento, was here. But yeah, so Stortivera Navis is here, which means the Aegirian city has to be around here. I don't think it's that black square. I think it is closer to Iberia because the way that it was such a oh shit moment, I feel like the implication was that it was close to Iberia. So it makes more sense that it was around a bit closer to Stortivera Navis and maybe around this part here, around these areas. They did say that the Aegir city was a refugee camp, which shock age how close to shore it was, yeah. So actually it could be quite close to Gran Faro then. It could be around here, these two. Because if I remember correctly, they were going back to Gran Faro, or they were at Gran Faro already. So it would be around these two, or these three, maybe four, something like these hexagons here. I don't know, it'd be certainly interesting. I hope they'll go back to it, but they're going to come back to it because there's questions that still need to be answered. And there is still the topic of the Seaborn. That message from Aegir and all that, there's got to be something to it. There's probably going to be another... I suppose IS3 rather does handle the topic, so maybe it has sort of been dealt with. I've done IS3. I still need to catch up with some of the lore aspects, so maybe I've missed a bit where they've dealt with all of that, but otherwise they're going to need another event. And they are overdue a third event, because most of these storylines do come in threes. Is Minos just chilling over here. It is funny, though, that Minos, the well-known seafaring nation before the ancient Greek culture existed, is completely landlocked. That is a little bit funny, in my opinion, because Minos in the real world, well, it wasn't Minos, it was it Minos? Minoan. Yeah, I think it was called Minos. But it was a kingdom, a seafaring kingdom that sort of basically just bullied the Macedonian Greeks, which was the period of ancient Greece that the ancient Greek stories set in. So it's ancient Greece squared. But I think it's King Minos, so maybe Minoan Crete? That might have been what it was. Anyway, point is, it was a big seafaring empire, or kingdom, whatever you want to call it. Either way, it was big, it was important, it was a seafaring empire, and it just sort of collapsed in on itself one day, and no one knows why or how or what happened to it, because that became the Dark Ages of the area, the Bronze Age collapse, and we don't really have any idea. And then suddenly the ancient Greeks as we know it appeared. So we don't know. I just find it funny that the place based on the seafaring nation, or at least named after it, is completely entirely landlocked. I just think it's really funny, because that's like the exact opposite of the whole deal. The whole thing about Minoan Crete was its sea and islands. But I guess if there was too many nations that were known for the sea, it would be a bit too much, because there's already two. And Victoria was technically at some point a seafaring powerhouse as well. Maybe they still are, but all I know is their navy got their asses kicked, which is the exact opposite of what happened in the real world. Anyway, I've spent a long time on this map. I really do apologize. I'm just so obsessed with it. It's such a nice detailed map. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it here. The only thing I will say extra that I do want to say off before I finish up, I think it would be absolutely cool to have a Arknights RTS game. You know, something like Hearts of Iron. That would be really cool. And you have like the option to actually move your cities as well when there's a catastrophe. Okay, move the city now. If you don't do it in time, it's gonna become a bad thing. But yeah, I think something like that, like one of those 4X, I think is what they call it. Those strategy games. I think that would be really cool to do. But yeah, that's going to be it for now, though. I think I've gone through this quite a bit now. I think there's an Arknights Rimworld mod. Oh, that would be interesting. 4X, yes. Explore, expand, exploit, exterminate. Yeah, that's something I would really like to see. I'd like to see something in the vein of Hearts of Iron, I'd say. Would probably be the best. Maybe something like Civilization. I've never really been too fond of Civilization, but that would also work. I think the Arknights board game is like that. Oh, and that kind of makes it sound as if the Arknights board game is going to be like Risk, which would be funny. It's a shame, though. I was kind of hoping the Arknights board game would be, an actual like tabletop RPG, like D&D. That would be amazing. But yeah, it would be nice to see some of these. I suppose if Hypergriff ever do expand Arknights out into other games, I mean, they are already with Enfield being a more classic sort of RPG type game. It's still a gacha, but still, I think with it would be nice having like an Arknights RTS, an Arknights RPG game, something like that would be great. Arknights RTS would be if RTS plus Big Inc have crossover. Yeah, I suppose that would also work. Yeah. But I think something along the lines of Hearts of Iron would be really cool. I know it'd be a bit of an awkward mechanic being able to move like your locations and such, but considering you don't move them normally, it's only when there's a catastrophe, and then you also have to like spend resources in order to hire catastrophe messengers in order to make sure if you don't keep up with that sort of detail, you end up with a catastrophe happening without you realizing, and then suddenly your city has been lost or severely damaged. You get that notification pop up. It's like, wait, why? And then you realize, oh, I didn't put resources into hiring more messengers and stuff like that. Like that would be funny. And it is such an interesting thing as well, because that communication barrier, you can't communicate between cities very well, so you have to send messengers. That sort of time thing, you can't orders won't be immediate and such. Like it'd be a very interesting game to do, and I think that's something that I would very much like in the future. Hypergriffers, if they're ever listening to this, please. Nice TCG. Oh god, as long as they don't fucking say TCG in the name every single bloody time they mention it. I hated it in Genshin. Stop saying TCG. We know it's a TCG. We know the context you're talking about. But yeah, I will also say an armor-free mod for Arknights, please. I would love that. If anyone who does armor-free mods do something Arknights themes, would be absolutely amazing. Just at the very least, just modern crossbow. I've been trying to get a modern crossbow. You don't have any idea how difficult it is to get a modern crossbow in armor. It is impossible. And I really want a modern crossbow in order to do an Arknights themed mission, but I can't. Like I've got pretty much everything else sorted, but it's just trying to find weapons that fit the theme of Arknights is just really difficult at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to stop now before it becomes too much of a ranting session. But yeah, so I'm going to leave this here. It's been really, really fun. I really liked the concert. I really liked getting back into some of the more lore elements. I'm not sure what my next stream is going to be yet. I do at some point want to play more Zenless Zone and some more Withering Waves, but I also want to do some more reaction videos. I want to do some of the EP reactions. I want to do some of the character trailers for both Zenless and Wuwa as well. But that's quite a lot of stuff, and I don't know how I'm going to juggle it around yet or what I'm going to do. This week has pretty much begun. I haven't made a schedule for this week. I might do it. I might make a schedule for this week, or I might just leave it for next week and do streams as they come. But I'm going to try and stream more often this week, and that's going to include some of these reaction streams as well, and just more stuff like that. I'm also sort of, or at least trying to, push out some videos relatively frequently. It's not all going to be armor, it's just because I've got a lot of footage of that and I'm already making the videos on it, so it's coming out a lot more frequently. I've got some other videos not lined up, but in the process of being made to then be lined up. But that's the general idea. But until then, though, thank you guys so much for hanging around, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.